Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. I'm so glad you guys picked my video to get you guys up and motivated today. It is jam-packed full of all sorts of cleaning. We got some deep cleaning, everyday cleaning, just real life messes to get you up and moving. I also am going to be sharing with you a easy holiday DIY that I did in our kitchen. So make sure to stay tuned for that. It was so much fun to do. And a big thanks to Cricket for sponsoring today's video. So I'm actually starting off in Freya's room. I wanted to strip all of the beds and get them washed on this day. But I try and start my cleaning once Freya goes down for her first nap. It's just a lot easier. She definitely likes a lot of attention. So when I want to get stuff done, it's just easier when she's napping. So I went in her room first, stripped her bed, and then worked my way into the boys' room and my room. This is a little bit more of a realistic day of cleaning. Now, this doesn't mean this is stuff I do every single day. I do some things more than others, obviously, like tidying up, wiping down counters, things like that. But I try and mix in deep cleaning, just small projects through each day. That way I'm never having like a crazy day of just cleaning, or I can have days where I just don't do anything other than the basic tidying up. But on this day, I wanted to get some of the deep cleaning done, so that meant stripping all the beds, getting them washed. I also noticed on this black wall behind my bed, I've never noticed this before, and I think it's because this wall is black, but there was dust building up on the wall, and then obviously the ceiling fan was disgusting. It always is. I don't know what it is about our room other than that the dogs sleep in there that it gets so bad, but it does. But back to the wall, I noticed that dust was piling up, and I think the only reason I noticed it is because this wall is black. So I wanted to go in. I did get this really cool wall duster and cleaner. I saw it on my friend Jamie's channel, and she actually messaged me about it. And I, of course, wanted to try it out. So I'm going to be deep cleaning these walls, which was definitely necessary because I do the bottom half of the walls, but I've never actually dusted and cleaned from top to bottom. And this made such a huge difference. And then I'm just going in and tidying everything up. My nightstand always gets really bad between Kleenex and diffuser stuff and baby stuff and my stuff and everything. It is always super cluttered. But I wanted to go around and just dry dust everything. This is actually just a duster from the dollar store, but works really well for just quick dry dusting. I don't wet dust every single day, but I will try and go every other day and dry dust stuff because we do get a lot of dust and dirt and hair because of all of our little fur babies, especially by the TV. I swear, electronics, like, you love and hate them, but they collect so much dust. It's insane.
Did you know?
So in the last video when I showed my diffuser, a bunch of people were asking what diffuser this is. I don't talk about my oils and diffusers a crazy ton, just because there is controversy with any type of different business like Young Living, but this is a Young Living diffuser. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love my Young Living oils. And that is where it is from. I do have a link in my description. Check it out if you want. Don't if you don't want to. Super simple. But I got into oils actually because of my husband's different injuries from military. He deals with some pain issues as well as PTSD. And his doctors at the VA actually have been prescribing or sending him different essential oils, and that's what got me into the whole oil game was his doctors. But then I'm going around and dusting the walls, the doors, the baseboards. You guys often do not see the dirt, which is why I'm adding in this footage of what I'm actually doing. So this is just one little area on a door, but like I said, there was dust all over, and where I really noticed was on this black back wall.
You don't hear when I told you we are done, that we are done. Oh, hands in the air like I don't care. Music is fair to me singing. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, love's in the air and I don't care. Music is fair to me singing. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, you tell me that I made you think if we had something special more than happy drinks, you'll go without blinking. No, you won't see that I'm lying.
And now to wash the walls, I actually just had this question asked the other day also of what I use to wash the walls. So I am just using a squirt of Dawn, some vinegar, probably about a cup, and then the rest is just hot water. Also, if you hear music in the background, little Miss Freya's playing. So that's what the background noise is. But just fill in this bucket, and then this was really cool. It came with this little piece to help wring it out. Now you're supposed to put it on a 5-gallon bucket. I don't have an empty 5-gallon bucket, but it worked on this little bowl really well. And I just go around and clean all the walls. This little handle, I'm like obsessed, because if you guys know, I do wash the bottom walls, especially like when needed if I see little marks and stuff. But to actually get up in the corners, the areas I don't reach, and honestly, if I didn't have this, I'd have to use a ladder so it just doesn't get done. This was really nice to know that everything got done really, really well.
Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, baby. Ooh, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come
And if you guys are interested in checking this out, check out my Amazon store linked in the description. I will have it in there. I try and link as much as possible as I remember. I'll be honest, there are times that I'm just not good at remembering to link stuff. But if you guys remind me in the description, I try and go in and link that for you to make it really, really easy. But there are definitely times where I just completely forget. But I do always try to link stuff in my Amazon store, or like I said, I have my Young Living link down there. What other links? Oh, people a lot of time ask about the music that I use. Epidemic Sound links are down there. That's where I get all of my music. So always check out the description. I try and put as much in there as possible for you guys. And yes, a lot of them are affiliate links, which just means if you click on them and buy something, there's a possibility that I could get a commission for it. So trying to be completely transparent, but that is why I link it in my description, is that way you guys can find it. And if you use it, I do get a kickback.
Breakups leave the scars, you don't need to be ashamed. Everyone's got their hearts broken sometime. Let's go out and lose our minds, forget all about him. You can put on your dress, dancing to your favorite song. Everybody will sing along, sing along, sing along. So put your hands up, this is what we have to do. Tell me, can you feel it too, feel it too? Maybe you should go work that body. You should go work that body. The party won't stop till we're gray and old. Maybe for a second we can lose control. You should go work that body. Maybe you should go work.
And then just going in and doing a quick vacuum because it's just necessary pretty much every day to vacuum our bedroom. I get asked a lot about my Shark. That's what this one is. This is my Shark. I love my Shark for an overall vacuum of all the vacuums I use. I believe this is the overall best. Cordless are great. The convenience of them are amazing, which is why I love my cordless, and you guys see it all the time. But when it comes to power and everything, this thing is awesome. And it works really well on carpets and on my hard floors, which is why I say overall, I think this is my favorite vacuum. However, you guys have been asking a lot about my Quantum. I do use my Quantum about once a week. I just don't show it as often because it is that extra step of filling the water to use it. And it purely comes down to convenience. When you are a busy mom, it's always about what is easiest and quickest to grab. So even though I love that and I think it does an amazing job, I just don't grab for it as often as my other vacuums, but I still absolutely love it. But after that, I ended up moving downstairs. I had a bunch of dishes to do. There was stuff everywhere, and I just had to get this house back in order. I'm not real good at cleaning at night. Bobby works all day, normally doesn't get home till late, and I'm home with the kids, and I try to get most of my cleaning done, honestly, during the day when Freya's asleep and the boys are at school. So often I have dishes from the night before. It's just the way it is. I wish I could be like, I don't know if you guys watch Joanna Thornton. Absolutely love Joanna. She is an amazing human being, amazing friend. If you've never checked out her channel, check her out. But I always get so jealous because she stays up like till 2, 3 in the morning cleaning sometimes. And I just can't do that. Like, I am so wiped by the end of the day that I don't do almost anything at night. So it's during the day that I get all my stuff done. And at night is just relax, hang out with the kids, hang out with the husband, and catch up on some TV shows.
Cause I want you here with me. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
I don't need another love. Yeah. We do this every day. We do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize. And that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart unsure of this. It's supposed to be a bliss, being alone, being free in every way. Didn't know what I like the feel of it.
And then I'm just doing a quick scrub out of my sink. 9 times out of 10 when I'm cleaning my sink, I just use my Dawn Power Wash. Unless I want to get a deeper clean, then I will use a cream cleanser or a Barkeeper's Friend or something like that. But if I'm just doing a quick wash out after doing the dishes, I usually just use Dawn. However, I did just find some new disposal cleaner stuff. I was at Menards picking up stuff for our Halloween display. We always do a big Halloween display outside. Halloween and Christmas, we go all out when it comes to decorations. But I saw this stuff to clean out the garbage disposal, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it because why not? So I'm gonna show you here in a second what that looks like. Like I said, I found it from Menards. Not sure where else you can get it, but I just wanted to try it out. It actually worked really well, and it was just kind of fun to use.
Now what was it you used to say? How you needed a solid way to be yourself. Now you're free in every way. And you see, I was all wrapped up in everything. But now that I'm out, I got wind under my wings. So tell me that you need me, I wouldn't bother.
And then after I got all that done, as you saw, that needed to sit for 15 minutes. So when that got done, I was able to put everything away. However, I noticed that this drawer had gotten really bad. I've actually noticed it past couple weeks, and I'm always like, oh, I have to get to that. And when I notice it, I just don't have the time. And today I was like, no, I need to get to this drawer. This is the drawer under the stove. It always gets so gross, just from being right there, and I just had to get at it. So this is kind of embarrassing, definitely an area that has been neglected and forgotten. So I'm just going to get in here, wipe it all down really well. You can see dog hair likes to collect on the feet of the oven. So I wanted to vacuum that and wipe all that down, and then actually pull the oven out and clean behind it. Behind my oven doesn't get that bad, but that's because I do stay on top of it. I probably pull out my oven once every other month or so, so it never gets horrible. But I do, like I said, I stay on top of it pretty good. And then, of course, I need to, after this, rinse all the dishes that were in that drawer. Just a real quick wash off before putting them away.
Just got so crazy from a simple maybe. It was a long way down. I just feel so heavy without you. Everything we were was just so pretty, pretty enough to almost make me blind. Still denying everything you told me. I'll repeat it in my mind. All our memories goes on and on, flashing up like disco lights on and on. The dance floor where I met you, I danced all alone. Nothing left to prove, yeah, I'm dancing till my feet can feel the ground. Wishing I still dance with
And then going in and wiping all the counters. As you can see, I have still been using the Jaws. I do enjoy the Jaws. I was asked a couple of times and for weeks to get the Jaws and try it out for you guys. And I have to say, I do like it. The more I use it, the more I'm enjoying it. And I think I just really like the idea of being able to store like stockpile without taking up a ton of space. However, I do like trying new products, so I don't think I'll ever stick to just one brand because I love experimenting with new things. I love trying out new products, and even if I don't like them, just it keeps cleaning interesting, if that makes sense. So I really enjoy the jaws, but you're definitely going to see me use all sorts of products on this channel because I enjoy that. I enjoy finding what's new, what may work better than what I've been using, and changing it up sometimes. Also, I want to give a big thanks to everyone that was sending well wishes last week. You guys know I was not feeling well. I am feeling a million times better. I still don't sound great, but I think that is just from when you were coughing for a week, like your voice ends up getting destroyed. So I feel so much better. I may not sound amazing, but thank you guys for thinking about me and praying for me and sending all the well wishes. I really do appreciate it. And you guys make my day when I read those comments. Any comments from you usually just, I don't know, put me in a better mood. And I really appreciate it. Like, I love you guys. And when you guys send stuff like that, I really, really do appreciate it. So you guys have possibly seen this little sign in other videos. It's just a cutting board that I burnt a design onto it, but I wanted to show you guys how I did it. It was super easy and I just absolutely love it. I made it two-sided, obviously, with the autumn on one side and the Christmas design on the other side. But I do want to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Now, this is really easy. I didn't download any design. I literally went on Cricut Design Space and typed in pumpkins and autumn stuff just to kind of get a feel. I ended up measuring the cutting board. That way I could put a like fake circle on Cricut Design Space just to figure out what sizing I wanted. But once I had that all done, I just cut it out, let Cricut do its thing by cutting out the design. And I end up weeding it backwards. So normally you would want to take all the big vinyl off of it, where in this case I was just taking out the inner piece because I'm using this vinyl as a stencil, not to actually put on the cutting board. And then once I had it all weeded, I just put it onto some transfer tape. That way I could put it on my cutting board. Now, I did make a mistake the first time I did this. You'll actually notice the end result design is a little bit different than this first stencil because I did not sand my cutting board. So make sure you sand your cutting board before doing this because I end up using these pens I found on Amazon that are scorch pens. And all you do is go over it on the stencil area. You can see it's super, super easy, but it actually absorbs into the wood better if it's sanded first. So sand the wood first. That was the big mistake I made, but then I just go in and I traced everything. I let it sit for about 15 minutes and then I pulled the stencil off. Now, my husband has a heat gun, which made this a little bit easier, but I know you could just use like a lighter or anything like that. And you just go in and heat it up. And the pen liquid interacts with the heat gun to burn it into the wood. So I just thought this was so cool to get that like custom burnt cutting board. I don't even know what you call when people like burn wood. But I thought it was so cool. And you can do literally as intricate or basic design as you want because it's a stencil. So I did, like I said, Merry Christmas on one side and the autumn on the other side, and I just love the way this looks. I actually plan on doing this with some of our Halloween decorations to make different signs and graves and just more spooky stuff for Halloween as well. So once again, a big thanks to Cricut for sponsoring today's video, and I will make sure to leave linked in the description everything I used to make this little DIY, but definitely something that's a little bit different than the everyday DIYs and a very custom piece in your house. So I absolutely loved that. But we were getting really close to when I had to pick up the boys from school, so I was just doing a really quick tidy up and then going to run the vacuum. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye!
'Cause the short foot